Nandan Nilekani will file his nominations for the elections today in the Jayanagar BBMP office. This even as speculation is rife that Nandan Nilekani is the richest candidate in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, going by the assets that he declared yesterday. In fact, Nilekani is now going through the formalities. He is filling out the application forms at the Jayanagar BBMP office to go ahead and make it official that he is Congress's candidate from the Bangalore South constituency. A day after, remember, he declared his assets worth 7,700 crore rupees. This was Nandan Nilekani as well as his wife Rohini Nilekani's combined assets, and by far makes him the richest candidate in these particular elections. But all eyes will be on Nandan Nilekani to see exactly how he will perform in that Bangalore South seat, the one seat that has been elusive of the Congress for quite some time now. The BJP has had a stronghold on it, keeping in mind, of course, that we are looking at Anand Kumar. So a first-time politician, Nilekani does enjoy a great amount of influence, a great reputation among the people. But it will be interesting to see exactly how he fares. He has expressed confidence in the past, but of course, will that translate is the question we're all asking. In fact, yesterday Nandan Nilekani had declared that he and his wife Rohini Nilekani have assets worth 7,700 crore rupees. It is by far the highest for any candidate in the upcoming general election, at least right now. But his opponent and five-time Lok Sabha member from Bengaluru South, Anand Kumar, has declared that he has lesser assets than his wife Tejaswini. Meanwhile, Tejaswini is richer than her husband. He has declared his total assets stand at 51.12 lakh rupees, while Tejaswini owns assets worth 3.86 crores. Total assets owned by Anand Kumar's family is 4.4 crore rupees. In fact, Anand Kumar has gone on to declare that he has no big cash deposits in banks, does not own any big immobile assets, according to the affidavit submitted to the election authorities while filing the nomination paper. However, most of Nilekani's wealth, almost 80%, remains in Infosys shares. Since 1999, both Nandan and his wife are said to have donated almost 400 crore rupees of their wealth to various causes and charities. And Yediyurappa has triggered a controversy. The former chief minister today claimed that Parliament needs former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda. He further said that Deve Gowda's guidance and experience is needed for the Parliament. A surprise statement coming in there from Yediyurappa, who has gone on to back his rival, Deve Gowda, who belongs, of course, to the JDS party. He has gone on to praise almost Deve Gowda, saying that his guidance and experience is needed for the Parliament. So is this an olive branch being extended to Deve Gowda, or a true statement coming in from Yediyurappa? Well, only he can answer that, but he's definitely sent a lot of tongues wagging with this particular statement. Well, let's listen into what Yediyurappa had to say about Deve Gowda.
ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉದ್ದಗಲಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳು ವರದಿಗಳು ಅವರ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇ ಆಗಲಿ ದೇವೇಗೌಡರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಾಜಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಬಲಾಢ್ಯ ನಾಯಕರು. ದೇವೇಗೌಡರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಾಜಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ಬಲಾಢ್ಯ ನಾಯಕರು.
Well, that was the surprise statement that definitely took a lot of people off guard. In fact, this was something that was not expected from Yediyurappa, a man who is very careful with his words. In fact, he went on to praise Deve Gowda, stating that the HDD's guidance and experience is needed for the Parliament. A lot of people raising their eyebrows on exactly why Yediyurappa made this statement. Is he extending an olive branch to Deve Gowda? Is he trying to mend ways between the BJP and the JDS? Well, no statement coming in from Deve Gowda there, but he will definitely be a pleased man with Yediyurappa's statement coming in handy. Well, my colleague Nishita joins us with more information. Nishita, some curious politics to say in the list.
B.S. Yediyurappa quite obviously trying to build an image of himself as a very affable politician, as someone who will not make controversial statements, who will not lambast his colleagues or any of the other candidates in the open, as he has been infamous for in the past. Let's not forget that B.S. Yediyurappa, after coming to power as the Chief Minister of the state, has had a very checkered history. He has been accused of numerous wrongdoings. He had to step down from his post. He had to break away from his party. Now he's back in the party. So he's doing all he can to salvage the image that is left of him and for his followers at this point in time. So B.S. Yediyurappa making comments like H.D. Devegowda is a leader that the parliament is in need of, is the kind of leader that the parliament is in need of, and that Devegowda, since he's so senior and also a former prime minister, his guidance and experience is very much needed in the parliament. This is what B.S. Yediyurappa went on to state. So this clearly speaks that Yediyurappa wants to be in the good books of the voters. He wants to come across as a polished politician rather than someone who is merely indulging in mudslinging tactics and who is merely criticizing the opposition, as we have seen politicians in the past do, and it didn't really help the BJP ahead of the state assembly elections as well. So Yediyurappa there trying to be refined and trying to approach these elections in a whole new avatar. Akshata.
Right, Nishita. Now, at a time when we've seen Yediyurappa being a very careful politician, someone who always knows exactly what he says and is a very measured person, definitely doesn't look like the state BJP will be too happy with this statement.
Well, in fact, if we do look at the statement, Akshata, he's merely saying that Devegowda's guidance and experience is needed in the parliament. He's speaking about that individual alone, and Devegowda is someone who has been respected from across all parties. He is a former prime minister of the country, and he does command that amount of respect, considering that he has reached to that height. So probably Yediyurappa has been fairly careful in his statement as well. He's merely said that yes, he's a good leader and that his experience and guidance will be needed in the parliament, but he's not said anything about the JDS, as in numerous places, in fact, the BJP are bound to suffer because of JDS. For example, in Chikballapur constituency, where H.D. Kumaraswamy has decided to face off with Union Minister Veerappa Moily, BJP has put in Bachegowda, and Bachegowda was expected to take in all the Vokkaliga votes, but now with H.D. Kumaraswamy shift from Bangalore rural constituency to Chikballapura, it looks like the Vokkaliga votes will be divided. So there is a certain amount of tension. So Yediyurappa hasn't really gone on to comment as far as the party is concerned, but he's only merely saying that Devegowda is a good leader. And then he also took the opportunity to go on to state that his decision to contest the Lok Sabha elections was not hasty, and that he's very, very confident that BJP will get at least 50% of the vote share in Karnataka, which is quite a lot of confidence to exude, considering that they're just coming out of a humiliating defeat in the state assembly elections just a year ago. In fact, Yediyurappa also went on to state that the BJP will be highlighting the failure of the central and state governments during their campaign, and as far as his constituency Shimoga is concerned, he will be his priority will be to complete the construction of the airport in Shimoga. So Yediyurappa trying to put forth a very progressive stance, considering it's a few days left for the elections. Probably at this point they would want to let go of the mudslinging tactics and actually tell the voters what they are up to and what they have to offer at this point in time. Akshata.
Right, Nishita, thank you so much for joining us with all that information. Well, a statement that definitely, in fact, took back a lot of people, but it looks like Yediyurappa is playing some clean politics there, going ahead and praising Devegowda and stating that the senior leader's guidance as well as experience is needed in the parliament. And moving on to some big news coming in, protests erupt against DK Shivkumar over load shedding issues. JDS workers now protest against DKS over unscheduled power cuts in Shimoga. JDS workers gherav the MESCOM office in KEB Circle. Now, the big news coming in, protests breaking out against DK Shivkumar, the power minister, over constant load shedding in Shimoga. JDS workers protest against DKS over the load shedding, and they gherav at the MESCOM office in KEB Circle. This is the big news coming in. Of course, we are awaiting more information, but it looks like protests are breaking out against the Power Minister D.K. Shivkumar over the constant unscheduled power cuts that are taking place in Shimoga. JDS workers, we understand, have come together outside the KEB circle, outside the MESCOM office, and are protesting against DKS's rule as a power minister, as it has led to unscheduled power cuts. Well, in fact, definitely very surprising, considering only on March 2nd we saw D.K. Shivkumar going ahead and announcing that there will be no unscheduled power cuts till the exams of students are over. He announced this for the entire state of Karnataka. So with these protests, it seems like maybe DKS has not managed to live up to that promise that he had made on March 2nd. JDS workers claim that there is a lot of unscheduled power cuts taking place, a lot of load shedding, and they are protesting against the same. We are still awaiting a reaction from D.K. Shivkumar and whether in fact he will promise some sort of action against this. But let's listen into the promise that D.K. Shivkumar had made on March 2nd about no unscheduled power cuts.
ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಶಾಲೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಲೋಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕರಾವಳಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲೆನಾಡು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮರಗಳ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಂದ ಕೆಲವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬಹುದೇ ಹೊರತು ಇಡೀ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಲೋಡ್ ಶೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಈ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಆದೇಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ.